Blessed solar return, Pisces. Welcome and thank you for choosing to drop in with me. I'm excited to do this read for you, and also do be on the lookout for another read for you coming in. I'm hoping to get it in by Saturday, which is going to be your wolf totem, your Native American birth totem sign read, and we'll kind of just get an overarching theme of what this next trip around the sun has in store for you. But without further ado, we're dropping in to get you the download of the moment. Understand these messages are timeless and they can play out over time. Okay, so these are themes that are going to be introducing themselves into your life. Either they're present right now or in the near future, but it'll take a while for the full message likely to pan out. That's usually the way it works. So let's see what is coming in for Pisces spirit. What does the Pisces collective need to know about at this time? What is the download for Pisces spirit? This is for any significant Pisces placement or 12th house placement. Likewise, if you are Virgo rising, you're Pisces descendant, so you can find resonance with these messages. I felt really pulled to just sort of set the tone for your read with the Arcane BS deck. So let's see what we got here. This card is definitely about sex. Okay, what a way to start things off. You may be working with some yogic principles. You may also be trying to sort of like store up the sexual power, all right? And you might be doing this because you're not so sure if you should proceed with something. You're trying to decide if you should have this new beginning or if you should just call it a day, hang it up, and move on to the next thing. I do feel like there's something you're pondering here. You could be pondering your navel, okay? You might be doing some meditation. You might be getting some yoga in just to find your sense of balance. Also to gain some clarity, some awareness. I think you're deeply in a process of transforming what could be like some old holdover lower nature stuff related to the karmic cycle that you're closing out. We're all closing out karmic cycles, okay? So this is not just for Pisces. I mean, we're all closing out karmic cycles, but I feel like you're really deep, like you're in the trenches of this work where you're just clearing it out. You don't want to waste time. You're going right into the center of it. There is a new beginning here, though, that you're pondering. Should I go forward with it or should I hang it up? It says it's definitely not about sex, but I think it definitely is. And that's why you're kind of like withholding right now. There might be a part of you that's not quite sure if it is or not, with I have no effing clue here, okay? And I am picking up that dragon energy. You know, there's also this sword energy here, very present. It also sort of reminds me of a clear quartz crystal point. So this clarifying piece again, getting clear about what should I cut off, what needs to be transformed by the fire, potentially a fire test of truth in order to straighten that crown, you know, really be in a place where I'm in alignment with my worth, my value, my integrity, what I know is true for me, where I can really step into my North Node energy. And it was 404 when I went into that. So that's an error message not found. I think you're trying to find the alignment point. You haven't quite found it yet. And so it feels like you're actively in this process. I feel with this dragon energy here, there's also protection around this as you're going through this process. All right. I do feel here with the toilet angel that there are some things you're just going to decide are better left done. You know, I think you have experienced some hurt here. I think you've experienced some loss. I think you've seen some things intuitively that you didn't want to see. Some things that might have even sparked a little bit of chaos in your life. Okay. And I do feel like there's things you're releasing here. There's that snake again, okay? Transformation energy. You might even be releasing some habits that are just sort of holding you back, aren't making you feel your best. You may find that if you clean up your diet a little bit more, you might have been going for kind of like fast and easy food, or I just heard fast and easy experiences, okay? There might be something here that you're needing to transform. As you transform this, you'll start to have more clarity. It could be in the cases those situations where maybe you're trying to make up your mind as whether or not it's wise to proceed in a certain direction romantically, you may want to kind of like withhold from, mingling your energies through coitus for just a moment, just so you can kind of like get a little bit of distance from the other's energy. This might be too entangled, too corded in. It's creating confusion. It's clogging the channels of awareness. I do see you're trying to make a choice here between your head and your heart. And there is a middle way here that moves you forward, but it does require you like giving the finger to some things. And in some cases, it's like just giving a finger to old versions of yourself that just don't work anymore. All right. But I pick this up very strongly in relation to just habits, things that hurt you. Okay. You notice the knife here. Okay. So I'm also feeling like, sensitive subject. Okay. But I am picking it up for somebody. So I want to bring it in. So somebody may find that that's how they cope with emotional pain, is through inflicting physical pain on themselves. There's something here that needs to be transformed. Okay. There's something here that once you release this, then you do have like clear vision that moves you out of that place where it feels so confused or so muddied and like you're pulling between two different polarities. Should I do this or that? And then your vision will be really clear. And the road you're meant to go down will open up for you. And from there, you can move on. But as long as it's sort of like staying in this place of not doing the actual transformation to clear the channel, this is what I get. As long as you just sit pondering the navel and kind of letting this stuff go and spin cycle in your head, it's just like a cat licking its own butt for eternity. Okay. So it's not where you're meant to be. Remember, you're meant to like straighten that crown. This puts you in too subservient of a position here with the knees. All right. So there's something you really need to look at here. This is about rising. All right. And in order to do that, you got to make up your goddamn mind. Okay. Again, there's something that needs to be purified here. It's some BS. It's some belief you have. Once you free your mind and you get beyond this and you come into the place of vision, activating your vision by clearing the channel, the way forward will become very clear for you. And then you'll be like a pit bull driving a tiny truck, okay? Then you'll really know what direction to head in and you won't be confused here, right? You might also be kind of like gnawing on a bone, you know what I'm saying? And it's like once a dog has a bone in its mouth, it's like it's hard to get a bone away from a dog, okay? There could be a bone involved in this, you could have a bone to pick. This could, again, have something to do with, a lover, a sexual partner, okay? Whether to proceed forward with something. This might be a very alpha type character in that regard, okay? Somebody who likes to be in control, but I just noticed that. I never noticed that on this card before. It has 333 on the license plate. Okay, so that could be a synchronicity clue for you to be on the lookout for, 333. That lets you know when there's a helpful influence around that can help bring you into alignment in this situation. There's something you do need to bring in your higher spiritual awareness with here, though. 333 is 9, when you bring it down to the root number. And 9 is about activating your spiritual awareness. So again, this message still comes through. I'm picking up that, you may have been partaking of the gravy funnel. Okay, so you may have been in a period where you've been more focused on just like pleasure and indulgence. I see that here. Again, this could relate to a cocky kind of character. All right. And I think there is like some kind of wish fulfillment around this for you. This could be what you desire. What do we got here? Well, we got the shrimp and guns. Okay, so this makes me think of like bottom feeder kind of energy when I think of shrimp. All right, so it's like, it's the way we can kind of shoot ourselves in the foot too when we go for that instant gratification. It might feel good to the ego, but how does it feel long term? 10 on the clock, okay? There's something you're really balancing here. And I do think that there is a need to get a little perspective. And once you kind of like clear some stuff out that's kind of making you foggy headed, I get it's around your diet and also just taking a little break just to have your energy not so entangled with this person, you can get a little bit of a clearer view in this situation. All right, I'm going to do a cut of the deck here, and then I'm going to pull out the angel tarot and see what the angels have to say about this. Yeah, because this is the reality of this situation. Like, you can't make sense of things right now. You can't make sense of this person. They're like a shapeshifter. You know, they change on you from moment to moment. You never know what to expect with this person. You can't get a clear view of this person, yet you keep saying it's probably nothing, but it's absolutely something. And this is something that you do need to pay attention to here, okay? And for those of you who feel it's you, like you feel like I just, you know, I can't seem to settle on a mood. I can't seem to, you know, find a sense of inner balance. I feel like I'm all over the place emotionally, you know, everything just feels really messy. And you're kind of trying to like push it aside or not look at it because, oh, it's probably nothing. You want to minimalize it. Maybe you're used to always being the strong person, okay, the one that others turn to, or you're used to kind of like not letting how you're feeling come forward. It might be good to like get somebody safe to talk to about what you're going through here too. That piece coming in. We got Madam Ruffle Bonnet here, all right? I think that you're dealing with somebody that they come off like they're a goody two-shoes, you know? They come off like, you know, they know what's best for you. They come off like they have all the answers. This might be somebody who's just very traditional, very rigid in that respect, you know? And they don't understand really where you're coming from. I think this person means their best. It could be like a mother. You feel like they just don't get it, you know? They can't help you get through this maze that you're experiencing. I do feel like you're going through an identity shift, and there is something that's very spiritual about this process. Even as you're dealing with some very carnal and very mundane things, there is something deeper happening in this process, and it's the way it's transforming you. Okay, so let's see what the angels have to say about it. Angels, how do you want to further elaborate on this for Pisces and what's coming up for Pisces around this? You also could be dealing with somebody who's coming off like that, but they're actually like an enigma. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like they present this image like they're real buttoned up, they're all prim and proper, but really they're a bit of a manipulator. Maybe they're a master manipulator. It could be sometimes you feel like you put on that front, like that everything's okay. And, you know, you sort of like present the image that you think makes people comfortable with who you are. But what's going on beneath the surface is actually a lot more complicated. Okay. Your emotions are complicated. You're trying to find your way through. I also feel like you could be dealing with somebody that you're trying to figure them out, and you can't because they're extremely changeable, you know? And just when you start to get nervous in the situation, you find an explanation for why they might be coming off like that instead of trusting your intuition because the energy is too entangled. And then you wind up back in the same spot again, where you're the one who feels confused or uncertain, cloudy headache, cut off from your intuition. Okay, so this is very important. All right. And I do feel like you can unlock this. I do. All right, Pisces. Yeah, we have 10 of Swords here. Okay, so there is a new beginning that wants to come in for you, and it's very tangible. And this is protected for you, but in order to really receive this, you know, with the 10 of Swords, you got to bring something to a close. There's some kind of revelation you're going to have, this revelation that's going to protect you from having further sadness in this situation. You might even find that this gets really lit up in your dreams. So I would pay a lot of attention to what comes forward for you in dreams. It will help you know what is the direction you should invest in with that Ace of Pentacles energy there. There is a cycle, though, that you need to bring to a close with the 10 of Swords. That's definitely like put a fork in it. It's done. You've come to the end of the line with something. And once you release this, it brings you a gift. That's usually the way it works with the 10 of Swords. So give some further guidance to Pisces about what's on the other side once they release what no longer serves them. It looks like you're actively working to release some things here, okay? All right, this card came up in reverse, and it's the Lovers. All right, so yeah, this is about a love relationship where the energy has just become, you know, too negative to support further growth. It's not filling you. It's not supporting you. It's not bringing you the happiness, the joy, the pleasure you were hoping for. This Lovers in this deck is very different from the Lovers in traditional tarot. You know, when it's upright, this couple is very much united together on the same page, but something is falling out of alignment here. It might be hard to look at this, but this is what we got coming in upright. You see, we got the Hangman. Okay, that's your energy. There's something you need a different perspective about here. I got Gabriel blowing his horn. It's like a wake-up call for you. Okay, you want the answers. You want to know what you need to do. But what I feel like when you have the revelation, when you finally like clear out all the fog, all the glamour, all the confusion, and you get your energy, you know, back centered into your own essence and not so hoarded into other people, the answer is going to be very clear to you. But it's going to be one of those things that you're not necessarily going to want to see it coming in with the Seven of Swords here. All right. You're not going to want to see it, because it's a situation where you were hoping to have some kind of victory. You were hoping to have something to celebrate. And so the fact that, you know, the revelation makes you realize that, you know, I need to take an action in a direction that, you know, maybe it could go two ways. Okay. It could be you feel that you really need to take an action in a certain direction, that if you don't, you're really going to sabotage yourself. Okay. But it may be something that's very wounding to another person. That's one possibility. But I also feel like there's something that is illuminated for you that lets you know how you can avoid a whole mess of trouble. It does look like something is being left here. I just got make sure you're leaving the right thing behind and not making a choice that comes from a place of not being clear, okay? Because the choice that you'll be led to once you have this reflection and you get this wake-up call. So I do feel like there's some experience coming that will be that. It will be a wake-up call for you. And it will let you know the direction you need to go in to protect you from liars, evil spells, and bad spirits, all right? And on the Seven of Swords here, it says knowledge of good and evil appeases divine anger. All right. So there is something that you need to balance out here karmically. This is coming through. Your choices are very important, and how you use that power of choice is extremely important. And with divine anger being appeased here, I feel like you're going to take the right steps. You're going to make the right choices. You might be doing a little course correction right now because you didn't have all the information, or you had a lot of subconscious influences that were sort of running the show. So you weren't really thinking clearly at the time, okay, with some things that you might have pressed forward with impulsively. And now you're kind of doing a little bit of a course correction, I got, and balancing things out. And I feel like, you know what's right and you know what's wrong at the end of the day. And it was 1844 on the clock when I said that. It's like, yes, you have enough spiritual growth under your belt. You know what's right and you know what's wrong. And so this is really about giving you the opportunity to choose, what are you going to do in this situation? This could be around a lover, okay? And it looks like there's something that is being released here. All right, let me get a cut of the deck for you to just sort of close this off and see what we finish out with here. Three of Cups, okay? And with the Three of Cups, this brings the healing, okay? This brings the healing. This also reminds me of that Ace of Pentacles. It also reminds me of the medicine wheel. Okay, so I don't know if you have any Native American ancestry, but the medicine wheel might be something that's calling you. You might want to learn about the medicine wheel. The medicine wheel could be a good way to bring harmony into your life, and just with that peace coming in with the wolf totem as your birth totem. I'll bring in a bit of the medicine wheel stuff with your read since it's coming in here like this. But this is about taking the path to healing. And if you take this path to healing, which may involve you going on some kind of voyage, some kind of trip that will bring new discoveries for you, all right? I feel like you come into this place of balance and you also preserve that Ace of Pentacles, that new beginning for yourself. And this could have something to do with a King of Cups. Okay, that could be another Pisces like you. This could be any water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio. It's also just coming into this place of love. And it's beautiful. Right behind that, we have the Six of Wands. Okay. So here on this King of Cups, it says restitution, finds stolen objects and discovers the person responsible. Dun, dun, dun. You took my man. You can't take anybody. You can't steal anyone's heart unless their heart is already stolen, okay? But there is this piece here, okay, about a King of Cups. So this is somebody who is emotionally available. And look, there is like romance here. There's a lovely union here. And it says Six of Wands. Longevity protects against infirmities, all right? So maybe there was some challenge you had in a love relationship and things got a little messy. This could have been caused by a third party complication. That could be another lover. It kind of came up. There looks like there could have been some temptation going on here, all right? But there's something that you're balancing out with the King of Cups, and it brings a lot of success. It also brings healing, all right? And I do think, you know, somebody feels like somebody ran off with their love, right? So there is something that's kind of being processed, worked through here, you know, and maybe you're really realizing where your heart is really at, and maybe it never was stolen at all.